Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Kol Halal Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and salutations unto the elect men continually feeding the sheep of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai in sincerity and truth with his great gospel. Right, the Lord said, if you love me, feed my sheep. Right, that's why we're continually feeding the sheep of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. The scripture says what? It's the book of Isaiah 62:7. It says, and give him no rest till he establish, until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. Who's Jerusalem? You Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the children of Israel. Right now, you're a byword in the earth, right? You're a proverb in the earth. Those niggas, those Hispanic drug dealers, those cartels, those gangbanging black men, right? Those drunk ass Native Americans, right? You're not respected in this society, right? You're not. They have made no accounts of your labor. They felt it's like you haven't done nothing positive for this society but brought wickedness, right? Especially Esau is blaming you. He's blaming you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans for the collapse of his system, for the collapse of his world. That's why he's stopping so-called Hispanics. He's grabbing Native Americans. He's grabbing you Negroes, right? Because it's a time also of your fucking visitation. Isaiah 62:7, it says, and give him no rest till he establish, until he make Jerusalem praise in the earth. And now that we see the tides are turning, we see the Lord is about to establish Jerusalem, because he got the prophets on the highways and byways, right? He got the children of Israel waking up to who they are. It says, in the land of your captivity, what you're going to remember yourselves. Right? You're going to remember yourselves, and you're going to think about the name of the Heavenly Father. Right? You're going to leave your wicked ways behind. You're going to stop following the things you used to follow. You're going to stop worshiping the things you used to worship. You're going to stop idolizing the things you used to idolize, right? Because one thing that we're seeing is that the things of this present evil world is being what? Diminished, right? It's vanishing, just like Hollywood. Just like Hollywood. Don't nobody give a damn about a celebrity. Nobody care about an entertainer, a musician, a rapper, a singer, right? An actor, right? These actors, they losing everything that they have. You got AI taking their jobs, right? You got nobody going to watch these movies, nobody caring about these devils, right? Because they're under a satanic vibration. What does scripture say? It's the book of Matthew 16:26. It says, for what is a man profited, right? For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world, right? And lose his own soul, or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? In exchange for his soul. Let's check out the computer's breakdown of this verse, right? It says, to gain the whole world means to achieve unlimited worldly success, power, and wealth, right? That's what they gained for selling their souls in this society. You became a celebrity. You became notarized. You became famous. Right, it says to gain the whole world means to achieve ultimate worldly success, to achieve ultimate worldly success, power, and wealth. The phrase is often used in a spiritual or moral context to suggest that such achievements are meaningless or even destructive. What they are destructive if they come at a cost of one's soul or spiritual well-being. It implies prioritizing what? It says prioritizing material or temporal gains over higher eternal values. Right? That's what it means to lose your soul. You done prioritize, whatever the word is, material, you know how it is, material or temporal gains over higher eternal values. Yeah, you want to be famous.
Vegas adored him, Hollywood owned him, but when the applause faded, Vegas adored him, Hollywood owned him, but when the applause faded, Sammy Davis Jr. went looking for a higher power and found the devil instead, or at least something dressed like him. Welcome back to another FBI Club meeting. I am your host, Rid. Sammy Davis Jr. went looking for a higher power and found the devil instead, or at least something dressed like him. Welcome back to another FBI Club meeting. I am your host, Rachel, and today we are diving into the Wildly sad world of Sammy Davis Jr. Sammy Davis Jr. was born in Harlem in 1925. Both of his parents were in the entertainment industry. His father was a lead dancer, his mother sang, and by 7 years old, Sammy was already performing. His parents ended up divorcing. His father dragged him on the vaudeville circuit, and little Sammy learned from a very early age, applause can replace love. Then came World War II. Sammy enlisted, but instead of medals, he got blatant racism. In his 1965 autobiography, he writes that when people hurled slurs, he fought back with his fist. The Army's response? No fighting for you, but you can entertain us. Sammy ended up creating this revenge ritual where he would scan the crowd, find the haters, and performed his heart out until everyone else adored him. That's probably the best FU you can give someone. That ended up becoming his survival mode. F you, watch me do it. After coming back from World War II, fate struck literally. Driving through San Bernardino in 1954, Sammy was involved in a gnarly car accident that replaced his left eye with the glass one. A lot of left eyes like to be either covered up or shown or turned to glass, I've noticed in the Hollywood industry. With new vision, he decided to convert to Judaism, saying, I see the similarities between us, I've noticed in the Hollywood industry. With new vision, he decided to convert to Judaism, saying, I see the similarities between Jews and African Americans. He saw himself as an outsider in both worlds, both bound by suffering. By 1959, he ended up joining Frank Sinatra's between Jews and African Americans. He saw himself as an outsider in both worlds, both bound by suffering. By 1959, he ended up joining Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin in the Rat Pack. Using his fame to fight racial discrimination, they would actually not participate in club events that still practice racial segregation. Yet the cruel irony of it all is the same men who cheered him on behind the stage would also make the most fun of him. Frank would joke that you could only see him in the dark if he smiled. Dean Martin once used him to hold him up as a trophy when he won an award, because joke that you could only see him in the dark if he smiled. Dean Martin once used him to hold him up as a trophy when he won an award because of his small stature. Jewish comedians, his own idols, made him their punchlines, and by the mid-60s, Sammy was drifting. White people said he was too forward-thinking because of his small stature. Jewish comedians, his own idols, made him their punchlines, and by the mid-60s, Sammy was drifting. White people said he was too forward-thinking, and black people thought he was assimilated, like Uncle Tom, if you will, and was too forward-thinking, and black people thought he was assimilated, like Uncle Tom, if you will. And when the world rejected him, he ended up finding belonging in the shadows. Swinging over to London, Sammy was
Let's go to the book of Jeremiah 30 and 14. It says, all thy lovers have forgotten thee. Right? They seek thee not, for I have wounded. Matter of fact, because Jake is so addicted to their slave master. Right? You see, it's a bunch of Jakes going to that Wailing Wall. Right, he done converted over to Esau Edom. You got the mayor of New York, he went over there, he done converted to Esau Edom. You done had multiple so-called black celebrities, black spiritual leaders, black activists done went over to that crying wall to bow down to who? Esau Edom. And guess what? Esau Edom don't give a damn about you. That's why it says all thy lovers have forgotten thee. Who's the main people who's making fun of you? Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. It's the people you went to go pray to their wall, the people with them small hats and the curly sideburns. You know exactly who I'm talking about. People who done stole your identity. It says, all thy lovers have forgotten thee, they seek thee not, for I have wounded thee with the wound of the wound of an enemy. It says, with the chastisement of a cruel one, for the multitude of thine iniquity, for the multitude of thine iniquity, because thy sins were increased. You know what? Let's take it back. Jeremiah 30, and we're going to start at 12. It says, for thus saith the Lord, thy bruise is incurable, and thy wound is grievous. Right? There is none to plead thy cause, that thou mayest be bound up. Thou hast no healing medicine. All thy lovers have forgotten thee. Right? All thy lovers have forgotten thee.
I wanted to do a movie with some of my, when we were doing Harlem Nights, I wanted to do a movie with some of my old heroes.
Yeah. You know, I don't feel no different.
Red was just funny and effortless.
You look good. I don't feel no different.
I love Red. Then he was a cautionary tale too, because he got drugs, that shit going on, with sniff and blow and all that. Then his paper was all fucked up, because when Red kicked out, I had to bury Red. I had to bury Red, I had to bury Rick. I bought Buckwheat a tombstone. Buckwheat didn't have no tombstone. Too, because he got drugs, that shit going on, with sniff and blow and all that. Then his paper was all fucked up, because when Red kicked out, I had to bury Red. I had to bury Red, I had to bury Rick. I bought Buckwheat a tombstone. Buckwheat didn't have no tombstone. I'm always burying these people. I mean, it tripped me out, these people in show business and all that. Then when they pass away, it's not even no money to bury these people. Oh, where's all these show business and all that? Then when they pass away, it's not even no money to bury these people. Oh, where are their families? Where are these people? It's a lot of people like that.
Yeah, let's read it again. Jeremiah 30 and 14, it says, all thy lovers have forgotten thee. Really, this is talking about children of Israel as a whole. But I'm using it for you stupid fucking celebrities. You stupid entertainers. Right? You got motherfuckers who done signed a deal, 25-year deal, and they still can't afford to get a house to live. They on child support. They losing everything, right? It's because they signed a deal to the devil. Right? You done signed that deal to the devil. The devil done kept you in a contract where you're going to be a continual servant, a continual slave. You done drain everything out of you. You done sold your soul for naught. Right? It says, all thy lovers have forgotten thee. Yeah. It gets to a point where nobody cares about you no more. Most of the people who cared about you at that time, they grow old, they done moved on to something else. A lot of them done died. They don't nobody remember your ass. Right? It says, all thy lovers have forgotten thee, they seek thee not. For I have wounded thee with the wound of an enemy, with the chastisement of a cruel one, for the multitude of thine iniquity, especially celebrities and entertainments in Hollywood. You Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you are filled with iniquity. You are a sinful motherfucker. You done got popped in your ass just to be an entertainer. You done blew some rod just to be a celebrity, just to be famous. You got this funky asshole called Nicki Minaj. They got her at the UN talking to the UN about genocide in Nigeria. Right? They should have her talking about shaking that ass. She should have been that motherfucker with her booty cheeks out popping that ass, because nobody want to hear no fucking retarded ass hip hop hoe want to say. Right? And we got to keep it 100, man. These people are not beneficial at all to the children of Israel. You see, they fuck with Esau, Edom. And guess what? Esau gonna forget about their ass pretty soon. All thy lovers have forgotten thee. They that seek thee. I'm Salaki. All thy lovers have forgotten thee. They seek thee not. Right? They ain't gonna help bury you. Right? They might put an article about you in the news so they can get more views. Right? That's what the news is all good for. Oh yeah, but will they send some money to help bury you? Right? Will they got a lot of fucking money. They ain't helping a goddamn thing. All they want to do is get some what they call it? Some content. Some content. All thy lovers have forgotten thee. They seek thee not, for I have wounded thee with the wound of an enemy, with the chastisement of the cruel one, for the multitude of thine iniquities, because thy sins were increased. That's why the Lord is doing this to our people, because their sins have increased. And also, we're in the time of a lot of Jakes waking up like, man, forget Hollywood. Forget signing a record deal. I ain't gonna sign my soul over to this devil. Right? You done gained the whole world and you done lost your soul, man. Right? You had Michael Jackson talking about He can't have no mirrors in his house because he can't look at himself. You damn right you can't look at yourself, because you definitely don't look like the person the Lord created you to be by the time you died. Michael Jackson was born a black man. He died as a white woman, an old white-looking woman, right? Because the Lord, think about all this from the Tupac Shakurs, right? From your Lisa Left Eye Lopez's, from your Aaliyahs, right? We could keep going on. A bunch of these young celebrities who done died because what? They were chasing that fame. And a price comes with that fame. Yeah, a price comes with that fucking fame.
A lot of you might look at me and be like, why does that guy look familiar? A lot of you might look at me and be like, why does that guy look familiar? Well, I had been a movie star. So you're gonna let the kid die to teach me a
Hey, watch your tone, convict. You show him what a man is. You show him what it takes to have this.
Watch your hands on coming over the red.
Actor Spencer LaFranco, who shared the screen with John Travolta and worked with Angelina Jolie on her Oscar-nominated film Unbroken, dead at 33. An Instagram account appearing to belong to his brother Santino, revealing the Toronto-born star died Tuesday. He called Spencer a legend as he shared these childhood memories, adding, "You lived a life only some could dream of. I will always love you and miss you, Bear." He didn't reveal how Spencer died, but the actor sparked fan concern in the past with alarming posts on social media.
I experimented with finding how a color could be a number when a number could be you. I used any and all drugs that I could get my hands on to lock in and to really focus.
His final video shared just days ago.
Always argue with your dad because he wants you to be just like him.
Spencer's last role came in the crime boss biopic Gotti. E.T. was invited to chat with Spencer on the Cincinnati set back in 2016.
Spencer, you are playing John Gotti Jr.
So I would watch a bunch of YouTube videos on him, and even in real life, I just watch how he acts and I just try to emulate that. What the hell?
Where I have been living in Baltimore is being foreclosed on. My house is being sold at auction.
It's been over a year since Kevin Spacey's tearful confession on Piers Morgan Uncensored.
I'm not quite sure where I'm going to live now. Why is it being foreclosed? Because I can't pay the bills that I owe. There's a lot for me to process.
Now, the two-time Oscar winner is sharing an update with The Telegraph, admitting he's homeless. "I'm living in
Why is it being foreclosed? Because I can't pay the bills that I owe. There's a lot for me to process.
Now, the two-time Oscar winner is sharing an update with The Telegraph, admitting he's homeless. "I'm living in hotels. I'm living in Airbnbs. I literally have no home. I'm living in Airbnbs. I literally have no home. The costs over these last 7 years have been astronomical. I've had very little coming in and everything going out. The last 7 years have been astronomical. I've had very little coming in and everything going out."
How much money do you have? None. You're actually in debt? Yes. Do you mind me asking how much you owe? It's considerable. Millions? Many millions, yes.
McCreary is not clearly Mr. McCreary is not attending to his family matters. He has 2 daughters and 1 son. Clearly, Mr. McCreary is not attending to his family matters. He has 2 daughters and 1 son. This matter is regarding 1 daughter who lives in Michigan. He has previously been ordered to pay child support. As of August 20th of last year, he owed $75,473.26. He owes substantially more at this time. However, Michigan could not give me a figure due to privacy reasons.
The court is in receipt of a signed waiver of extradition to the state of Michigan signed by the defendant, and the court finds a valid waiver of extradition to the state of Michigan, signs the waiver of extradition. As such, this defendant is remanded to the custody of the sheriff without bail.
I'm reading the book of Galatians 6 verse 3. It says, For if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself. I'm reading it again. For if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself. Right? You got a lot of these celebrities, they thought what they were on top of the world, untouchable, unbreakable, unbrokeable. They thought that money was going to continue forever. Not knowing that riches have wings and the motherfuckers fly the fuck away. Especially when the world no longer desire you. Right? Especially in Hollywood. You done hit 25, 26, you too old. You done hit 30s, you damn sure too old. They keep looking for that young booty. A young mind to manipulate, because it's all about keeping the people lost in that sauce. They already got you old motherfuckers. Right? They already got you old. Why you think the military come be outside of them high schools? As soon as you get out of high school, they grab your ass. They know they can't manipulate the mind of an old motherfucker who ain't feeling the system, who ain't down with the politics and the ways of the world. So guess what? They get on the minds of the people whose minds ain't fully developed, which is the minors, right? Because a lot of these celebrities, they were chosen as minors, right? They've been in that game for a long time, and guess what? After 20 years of Hollywood, 30 years of Hollywood, you ain't got no goddamn money. You done died. You done overdosed on drugs. Your women done left you. You done became a sodomite. Right? It says, for if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself. And it looks like you people of Hollywood, you've been deceived. You've been deceived. Ephesians 5:11 tells you, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. You're supposed to be speaking against the evil darkness, unfruitful works of what? Hollywood. Right? These politicians. Right? The elites of this society. But instead, you promoted them. Right? You lifted them up. Right? You became part of their system. And now guess what? Their system is collapsing. You collapsing right the fuck along with them. Right? This Psalms 35, and we're going to start at 3. It says, trust in Yahweh. That's what we're doing. We ain't trusting in currency or in trusting in people or in trusting in the system or the witchcraft of Hollywood. We're trusting in our Lord power. Through what? The knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the scriptures. It says, trust in the Lord Yahweh and do good. So shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. Delight thyself also in Yahweh, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. No, chase fame and fortune, sell your soul, and you're going to get your desires of your heart. No, it says, delight thyself also in the Lord Yahweh, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. Because what? The kingdom of heaven is forever. This present evil world is temporal. It's only for a moment. It says, commit thy way unto the Lord Yahweh, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. And he shall bring forth thy righteousness also, and he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and thy judgment judgment as the noonday. Rest in the Lord Yahweh, and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his ways. Right? You've seen these so-called celebrities prospering in their ways, but what happened? They end up losing everything to the point you can't even afford your family, can't even afford to bury you. What's another thing? They got so famous, they turned on their family members. Right? They were looking down on their friends, their family members, so when they died, they had no fucking body, because Hollywood don't care. Hollywood don't care. It says, rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. Cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise what to do evil. Right? To do evil, man. And that's what a lot of jakes, they followed after Esau, Edom, and they promote bad ways. Right? They promote wicked lifestyles, abominable lifestyles run through their media. For evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. It says, fret yet, for yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Yea, thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. Right? Because it's a wrap for these elites of this society, man. That's why they're fleeing. That's why they're running, they're hiding. That's why a lot of bunkers are being created. are being built up for who these people to hide for what's coming, the judgment of the Lord. Right? Hollywood is collapsing. The banks are collapsing. Right? The dollar is collapsing. Babylon the fucking Great is collapsing.